really are not enough words or ways to describe how fortunate, honored, how incredible it is to be able to say that I am the 2024 AMLE Educator of the Year.
I'll get a little emotional talking about it because she's just such a unique individual.
She made an instant impact on our school as soon as she joined.
She's one who pours into people and maintains that relationship throughout her life.
She just goes out of her way to form bonds with kids in a way that makes them feel seen and heard and makes them feel like they have a trusted adult.
Miss Engle kind of has her own personal relationship with each of her students.
She's kind of shifted from being a resource for me like she was in middle school and high school to now being more of a mentor for me now that I'm in education as well.
I think she really makes an attempt to find out what interests them and then utilizes that in the classroom.
She has also been involved not just within our class, but within almost our community at our middle school.
She's relentlessly positive and generous with her time and effort to provide these experiences for her students.
I'm so fortunate to be able to be around fantastic colleagues and students and families.
Kristen is deserving of this award because she's the whole package.
During my 7th grade year when I had her, I knew from day one that I was going to enjoy having her as a teacher. She was really fun, she was energetic, but she was also really good at relationship building.
Middle school can be transformational for students. It's really amazing just to see, not just academically, but socially, emotionally.
All of our district are constantly commenting on how Kristen has made this profound impact on their children's lives.
My daughter got an award through Miss Engle's project, and she wanted to have a surprise party for my daughter. So we came early and then we had to hide behind a bookshelf. She planned everything, and not only making an effort to give a confidence to students, not only that, give them
the recognition.
Recognition too. Yeah.
Kristen seeks to have her students use their voices beyond the school walls to make a difference. She's had many kids who have been in national publications. And in fact, our own very Gabby Ferguson, who just recently won the AMLE Sound Off podcast, was one of those students.
When I think about what I want students to come in with and then also leave my classroom with, it's just understanding that there's relevance and purpose to everything that they're taught in school, but to also have them feel so empowered that they can take on whatever is thrown their way and whatever big goals and ambitions they have, that they can reach those goals and ambitions.
We recently did a classroom Olympics, and she would ask us after each activity that we did, what have we learned that we can apply to language arts, and what have we learned that we can apply to life? And that's just a really special way of teaching.
She's definitely a role model for me, and she's kind of set the tone for how I want to run my classroom and treat my students in the future.
You have the opportunity to influence really their trajectory for life. To think that I had at least some influence in her deciding that that's what she wants to do with her own future is very powerful.
She is the bar teachers should strive to reach for as they're developing their craft. She's, on one hand, she's a genuine, compassionate, caring human being, as well as an innovator and a leader.
Every time I walk in her classroom, I see students collaborating around challenging, real-world, authentic topics. I see students giving feedback to one another, and she really works hard to model that for her students. She gives them clear criteria so that they're able to give feedback to one another within the classroom, and it really helps the entire room grow.
I know she puts her students first in whatever she does, so she's very reliable, she's relatable.
I think it's so important to have the mentality of these are our students, and together we are going to do whatever it takes to make sure that every single one of our students is able to walk out the door every day feeling like they experience success.
She has high expectations, but she has this gentle push, and she's in the trenches with them.
She has a share at the beginning of each class, like what's going on in our lives.
She really makes it a class they all look forward to.
The constant theme I hear from students is the fact that Kristen brings them so much joy in the learning process. They're excited to go to class because she has these creative outlets for students to showcase their understanding. She has a lot of project-based assignments.
She has put so much commitment into nurturing her students.
She just has dedicated her whole being to being a teacher, and she does it really well.
I love coming to work every day. I don't feel like it's even a job. It's just something I love doing, and it's a huge part of who I am.
And she's kind of our go-to person in the building if people need to bounce ideas or need different strategies for students who might be struggling.
She is extremely gifted at giving feedback. She's critical but kind, and offers really deep thoughts for improvement. I really appreciate that about her.
Kristen has shared her knowledge beyond our school walls by presenting at many other conferences, AMLE being one.
I consider myself a lifelong learner and a constant reflector in my practice, and I truly feel like AMLE has done so much for me that I can't thank enough for that, the opportunities and just the relationships that I've been able to establish through AMLE.
Now that I'm in college, Ms. Engle actually asked me to come back and speak to her current middle school students about college athletics, just being a college student, just giving them some advice and things to do at their age to help them in the future. And so I think that was a really eye-opener for me that Ms. Engle does care, and she involves even her current students and her past students. And I think her being able to make that connection is really incredible.
She just continually seeks ways to improve our school and to give back to students.
Just as I'm holding them accountable for putting forth their best effort when they're in my classroom, I'm going to hold myself accountable as an educator to doing the same thing for my students and show up for them.
Kristen is incredibly encouraging with student accomplishments and involvements.
She has sponsored just about every club you can imagine.
She makes all kinds of efforts to be involved in the kids outside of school too.
From the beginning of our time with Kristen, she was always very proactive in finding out what events were going on, and she communicated that she wanted to be able to come and support the students. I kind of was like, I mean, is that maybe that's just a tack on an email, like I don't really know. But then when we told her the schedule, like she came to the games. But then what was incredible was I started to hear from other parents and other teachers. They're like, oh yeah, Kristen came to our game. Kristen goes, like she's there.
I would sincerely love to thank you for all the nurturing and all of the help you have given me.
I couldn't be happier and think of a more deserving human being and teacher.
You just have a huge heart and a huge determination to make your students better and to lift up the community that you're part of.
I'm very excited for you. I think our whole family is excited for you, and I think all of the Rockwood South Middle School, all the alumni you've had through the years are all really excited for you. It couldn't go to a more deserving person. Congratulations.
If this award goes to the top middle school teacher in the country, it's got to be you. For this award to have any meaning, you've got to win it, because Miss Engle, you don't deserve to be overlooked. Your contributions are phenomenal.
Congratulations, and I'm so happy that you are the teacher of my daughter.
You truly exemplify our mission to discover, connect, and make a difference. I couldn't be happier for you, and I'm just grateful that I have you as a colleague.
Thank you for continuing to pour into me and to your students and to people in general. And you should be so proud of yourself for this achievement, and keep going. You're changing the world. You are a change agent.
Thank you for being such a big role model for me in my future classroom, and I just want to say congrats.